Welcome, fellow history enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Armchair Archaeology. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey through time to explore the magnificent Persian Empire, a civilization that once stretched from the Balkans to India, shaping the course of history for centuries, from humble beginnings to world dominance, and ultimately to a dramatic fall. The story of the Persian Empire is filled with larger-than-life characters, monumental achievements, and shocking twists of fate. But here's a teaser to keep you watching. Did you know that the Persians invented a postal system so efficient that it inspired the famous saying, "Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds." Stay tuned to discover more fascinating facts about this ancient superpower and learn how its legacy continues to influence our world today. The story of the Persian Empire begins in the 6th century BCE in a land known as Persis, located in modern-day southwestern Iran. This region was home to various Iranian tribes, including the Persians, who were initially under the dominion of the powerful Median Empire. However, the tides of history were about to turn dramatically. In 559 BCE, a young prince named Cyrus II ascended to the throne of a small Persian kingdom. Little did the world know that this ruler, later known as Cyrus the Great, would become the architect of one of the most impressive empires in ancient history. Cyrus was not content with being a minor king under Median rule. He harbored grand ambitions and possessed the military and diplomatic skills to realize them. In a bold move that would change the course of history, Cyrus rebelled against the Median king Astyages in 550 BCE. Despite being outnumbered, Cyrus's forces emerged victorious, effectively ending Median dominance and establishing Persian supremacy. This victory marked the official founding of the Achaemenid Empire, named after Cyrus's ancestor, Achaemenes. Cyrus's triumph over the Medes was just the beginning. He quickly consolidated his power and set his sights on further expansion. His military campaigns would soon bring vast territories under Persian control, laying the groundwork for an empire that would stretch across 3 continents. The rise of Cyrus the Great and the founding of the Persian Empire marked the dawn of a new era in ancient history, one that would reshape the political and cultural landscape of the known world. With the Median Empire now under his control, Cyrus the Great embarked on a series of military campaigns that would expand Persian dominion to unprecedented levels. His first major conquest came in 547 BCE when he defeated Croesus, the famously wealthy king of Lydia in Asia Minor. This victory brought the entire western half of Asia Minor under Persian rule and gave the empire access to the Aegean Sea. Cyrus then turned his attention eastward, subjugating various Central Asian territories and pushing the empire's borders as far as the Indus River. But his most significant and famous conquest was yet to come. In 539 BCE, Cyrus set his sights on the greatest prize of all, Babylon, the oldest and most prestigious city in Mesopotamia. The conquest of Babylon was a masterclass in military strategy and propaganda. Instead of a prolonged siege, Cyrus employed clever tactics, including diverting the Euphrates River, which allowed his army to enter the city through the riverbed. Remarkably, Babylon fell with minimal bloodshed, and Cyrus was hailed as a liberator rather than a conqueror. This victory was pivotal for several reasons. It eliminated the last major power in the region, added vast territories to the Persian Empire, and gave Cyrus control over the ancient Mesopotamian heartland. Moreover, Cyrus's policy of religious tolerance, exemplified by his famous Cyrus Cylinder, won him the support of various subjugated peoples, including the Jews, whom he allowed to return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple. By the time of his death in 530 BCE, Cyrus had created an empire stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to the Hindu Kush Mountains. His conquests laid the foundation for what would become the largest empire the ancient world had yet seen, earning him the title King of the Four Corners of the World. After a period of instability following Cyrus's death, including the turbulent reign of his son Cambyses II, the Persian Empire found new vigor under the rule of Darius I, also known as Darius the Great. Ascending to the throne in 522 BCE, Darius proved to be a brilliant administrator and military leader who would bring the empire to its zenith. Darius's first task was to consolidate power and quell rebellions that had sprung up across the empire. He accomplished this with remarkable efficiency, as recorded in the famous Behistun inscription, which details his victories over numerous pretenders to the throne. Once internal stability was achieved, Darius turned his attention to expansion. He pushed the empire's borders even further, conquering new territories in the Balkans, Central Asia, and northwestern India. Under his rule, the Persian Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, encompassing approximately 5 million square kilometers. But Darius's genius lay not just in conquest, but in administration. He implemented a series of reforms that transformed the loosely organized territories into a well-structured empire. He divided the realm into 20 satrapies, or provinces, each governed by a satrap appointed by the king. This system allowed for more effective governance and tax collection. Darius also standardized coinage, introducing the golden daric, which became a widely accepted currency throughout the empire and beyond. He initiated major infrastructure projects, including the famous Royal Road, a 2,500-kilometer highway that connected the empire's far-flung regions and facilitated communication and trade. Perhaps most notably, Darius moved the imperial capital to Persepolis, a grand city he built as a symbol of Persian power and multicultural unity. These achievements cemented the Persian Empire's status as the superpower of its day and left an indelible mark on world history. The Persian Empire wasn't just a military and political powerhouse. It was also a cradle of rich culture and innovative administration. At its heart was the concept of unity in diversity. The Persians were remarkably tolerant of the various cultures within their vast empire, often adopting and adapting foreign customs and ideas. The empire's administrative system was a marvel of ancient statecraft. The satrap system, perfected under Darius II, allowed for efficient governance of diverse regions. Each satrap was responsible for collecting taxes, maintaining order, and providing troops for the imperial army. To prevent satraps from becoming too powerful, Darius instituted a system of checks and balances, including imperial inspectors known as the king's eyes and ears. Persian culture placed great emphasis on truth and justice. The Zoroastrian religion, which became prominent during this period, taught the importance of good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. This ethical framework influenced Persian law and governance, contributing to the empire's reputation for relative fairness and stability. The Persians were also great innovators and patrons of the arts. They developed sophisticated techniques in metalworking, carpet weaving, and architecture. The palaces of Persepolis, with their grand staircases, intricate reliefs, and massive columns, stand as testaments to Persian artistic and engineering prowess. In terms of daily life, the Persians enjoyed luxuries from across their vast territories. Gardens, or paradises, were particularly cherished, serving as havens of beauty and tranquility. The empire's extensive road network facilitated trade, bringing exotic goods like Indian spices, African ivory, and Chinese silk to Persian markets. This blend of efficient administration, cultural tolerance, and artistic achievement created a distinctively Persian civilization that would leave a lasting imprint on world history. The clash between the Persian Empire and the Greek city-states, known as the Greco-Persian Wars, was a pivotal moment in ancient history that would have far-reaching consequences for both civilizations. The conflict began in 499 BCE when Greek cities in Ionia, under Persian rule, rebelled against their overlords. Athens sent aid to the rebels, inadvertently setting the stage for a confrontation with the Persian Empire. Darius, viewing this interference as an affront to Persian authority, launched the first Persian invasion of Greece in 492 BCE. After initial successes, including the capture of Macedon, the Persian fleet suffered heavy losses in a storm off Mount Athos. Undeterred, Darius sent a second expedition in 490 BCE, which resulted in the famous Battle of Marathon. Against all odds, the Athenians emerged victorious, dealing a significant blow to Persian prestige. The conflict reached its climax under Darius's son, Xerxes, who launched a massive invasion of Greece in 480 BCE. Despite early Persian victories, including the famous last stand of the Spartans at Thermopylae, the tide turned against the invaders. The Greeks scored crucial naval victories at Salamis and Mycale, followed by a decisive land victory at Plataea in 479 BCE. These wars had profound implications. For the Greeks, their victory fostered a sense of cultural superiority and paved the way for the Golden Age of Athens. For the Persians, while the defeat didn't immediately threaten their empire, it marked the beginning of a long decline in their power and influence in the Mediterranean world. The Greco-Persian Wars also left an indelible mark on Western culture, shaping narratives of East versus West that would persist for millennia. The conflict continues to captivate imaginations, inspiring countless books, artworks, and films to this day. Xerxes, son of Darius the Great, ascended to the Persian throne in 486 BCE and quickly found himself continuing his father's unfinished business, the subjugation of Greece. Determined to avenge the Persian defeat at Marathon, Xerxes assembled one of the largest military forces of the ancient world, including a vast army and a formidable navy. In 480 BC, Xerxes launched his grand invasion, crossing the Hellespont via a bridge of boats in a stunning display of logistical prowess. The Persians swiftly captured several Greek cities and achieved a notable victory at Thermopylae, where King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans made their legendary last stand. However, the tide of war soon turned against Xerxes. The Greek naval victory at Salamis was a crushing blow to Persian ambitions. Xerxes, fearing for his supply lines and safety, retreated to Asia, leaving his general Mardonius to continue the fight. The subsequent Greek victories at Plataea and Mycale in 479 BCE effectively ended Persian hopes of conquering Greece, while Xerxes continued to rule Persia for another 14 years. His defeat marked a turning point. The Persian Empire began to face internal strife, revolts in various regions, and increasing challenges from external enemies. Xerxes himself became a more reclusive and controversial figure, remembered as much for his failures as for his grand ambitions. The Greco-Persian Wars, particularly under Xerxes, left an enduring legacy. They fostered a sense of unity and identity among the Greek city-states and contributed to the rise of classical Greek civilization. For Persia, the wars highlighted the limits of its power and foreshadowed the eventual decline of the Achaemenid Empire. The Persian Empire, once an unstoppable force under Cyrus the Great and Darius the Great, began to show signs of strain and vulnerability in the 4th century BCE. Internal strife, court intrigues, and a series of weak rulers eroded the stability that had once characterized the empire. The final blow came from an unexpected quarter, the young and ambitious king of Macedonia, Alexander the Great. In 334 BCE, Alexander launched his campaign against the Persian Empire, driven by a vision of global conquest and a desire to avenge the earlier Persian invasions of Greece. Alexander's military genius and relentless drive saw him achieve a series of stunning victories. At the Battle of Granicus in 334 BCE, he secured a foothold in Asia Minor. The decisive Battle of Issus in 333 BCE saw the defeat of Darius III, the last Achaemenid king, who fled the battlefield in disarray. The culmination of Alexander's campaign came in 331 BCE at the Battle of Gaugamela, where his outnumbered forces achieved a decisive victory over the Persian army. Darius III was eventually betrayed and killed by his own men, marking the end of the Achaemenid dynasty. With Darius's death, Alexander proclaimed himself the rightful ruler of Persia. He went on to capture key Persian cities, including Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis, the latter of which he famously burned, possibly as retribution for the Persian burning of Athens. Alexander's conquest effectively ended the Persian Empire, incorporating its vast territories into his own burgeoning empire. While Alexander sought to integrate Persian and Greek cultures, his sudden death in 323 BCE left his empire fragmented and paved the way for the rise of the Hellenistic kingdoms. The fall of the Persian Empire marked the end of one of history's greatest civilizations, but its legacy lived on. Persian administrative practices, cultural achievements, and the concept of a vast, multi-ethnic empire would influence subsequent empires and civilizations for centuries to come. The legacy of the Persian Empire is profound and far-reaching, influencing cultures, governments, and societies long after its fall. One of the most significant contributions of the Persian Empire was its model of centralized administration. The satrap system, introduced by Darius III, provided a blueprint for managing vast territories that would be emulated by future empires, including the Roman and Byzantine empires. Persian innovations in infrastructure, such as the Royal Road and an extensive postal system, facilitated communication and trade across the empire. These advancements not only united diverse regions, but also laid the groundwork for the Silk Road, which would become a major conduit for cultural and economic exchange between East and West. Culturally, the Persians were remarkable for their tolerance and inclusivity. They allowed conquered peoples to retain their customs, languages, and religions, fostering a multicultural environment that enriched the empire. This approach to governance helped maintain stability and harmony in a diverse and expansive realm. The influence of Zoroastrianism, the state religion of the Persian Empire, extended beyond its borders. Concepts such as dualism, the struggle between good and evil, and the final judgment influenced later religious traditions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The Persian Empire's architectural and artistic achievements also left a lasting impact. The grandeur of Persepolis, with its impressive palaces and intricate reliefs, inspired subsequent Persian and Islamic architecture. Persian art, characterized by detailed craftsmanship and a blend of influences, continued to evolve and inspire throughout the centuries. Moreover, the Persian Empire's emphasis on justice, as epitomized by the policies of Cyrus the Great and later rulers, contributed to the development of legal and ethical systems in the region. The idea of a just and fair ruler became a cornerstone of Persian governance and influenced neighboring civilizations. In summary, the Persian Empire's legacy is multifaceted, encompassing administrative innovations, cultural achievements, and philosophical ideas that have shaped the course of history. Its influence can still be seen in modern governance, cultural exchanges, and religious thought, making it one of the most enduring and significant empires in human history. As promised, here's a fascinating fun fact to ponder. The Persian Empire was so vast that it encompassed multiple climatic zones. This meant that, theoretically, a Persian king could experience all 4 seasons in a single day by traveling from one part of his empire to another. Imagine starting your morning in the snowy peaks of the Zagros Mountains, lunching in the temperate climate of Persepolis, taking an afternoon stroll through the hot deserts of Egypt, and ending your day on the balmy shores of the Mediterranean. Such was the breathtaking diversity of the Persian realm. And there you have it, the incredible rise, reign, and fall of the Persian Empire. From its humble beginnings under Cyrus the Great to its monumental achievements under Darius and Xerxes, and finally to its dramatic end at the hands of Alexander the Great. The Persian Empire has left an indelible mark on world history. Its legacy of administrative brilliance, cultural tolerance, and architectural grandeur continues to inspire and influence us today. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating tales from history. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.